Hey, what is going on? Well, today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation finally has removed Helldivers 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and started providing refunds. But I started asking myself many questions. Why are they doing this? So, as you guys know, you had the power in your hand to be able to turn this and not allow Sony to restrict Helldivers 2 from 177. Now it's 180 countries per the last tweet by the Arrowhead developer from Helldivers 2. Now that we have 188 countries not being able to purchase the game, but if you still have the game from those countries, do not uninstall, because you will not be able to install it back on, because that is going to be a restriction. So I was asking myself, is this a security issue or is this a economic issue? Why Sony is doing this? Because if you look at it from this point of view, you're asking yourself, why is Sony just killing themselves from future revenue, right? Not just selling the game on PSN, but also on Steam. I mean, Steam is available just in every single country. And what Steam did when it was first launched is that it helped a lot on the piracy. So with this, a lot of gamers were not being able to pirate games because now they had the flexibility of purchasing the game online very easy. So they didn't have to go the extra mile to go somewhere, try to get the game mod or try to get the game hacked or pirated and being able to play it on your PlayStation 4. So that changed when Steam came into place. So that was what Valve was able to do to be able to reduce. Of course, piracy is still going on. That's never going to stop. But I personally feel that this is where the big issue is with Sony. Sony does not want to risk any security issues based on this. Also, those 180 countries do not provide enough revenue for those 66 countries do in the whole entire world. So from Sony's standpoint, it doesn't make any sense on numbers, because you guys know numbers don't lie. So if for Sony, they're not making any money for selling the game on Steam for all those different countries, because of the following. You guys know the huge trail here that I'm providing you. This is an article from 2023, and this is by the Firewall Times. They went ahead and provided a whole timeline of all the different security breaches that Sony has been involved in. And it goes from 2011, I think it is, 2011, all the way to the current year, which was last year, actually, 2023. Where 6,791 of their employees, current and former employees, says their data was breached and compromised. So you know what happens? They sell your data. They're going to get your data. They're going to get your password. And if you got credit cards and if you got anything financial in there, it's a risk. So Sony is scared to sell games in those different countries. And here you're seeing a screenshot from the Steam database. If you go in there and you click on it and you see all of the restricted countries, it goes from the Philippines, it goes from countries that you've never heard before to some countries that you've heard a lot of, like Algeria, Serbia, Jordan, and so on and so on. So as you see here, in 2011, this was a class action lawsuit that was done against Sony, and it cost them a lot of money. Not only did it cost them, as you guys are seeing here, 178 million in lost profit, but on top of it, it also cost them $15 million from a class action lawsuit that was done against them, because a lot of personal data was sold and a lot of information was out there. And something that I started to know a little bit more is about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity in regards to a company that is stated in the United States, or also in Europe, and also in, I believe, New Zealand, they are responsible of letting their customers know right away of any data breach. Now, the problem here with Sony is that they have your credit card, they have your address, your home address, your business address, any details. That's not just your name, it's additional information. And that is a lot of money that Sony is going to lose if something like this happens. Now, this is my personal opinion, guys. I am not a lawyer. I just done a lot of research and this is crazy. And I think this is something that we'll never ever going to see Helldivers 2 back on Steam database for those 180 countries. And as you guys are able to see here, this was the last tweet from the developer. So he said, from the developer of Helldivers. So to give an update on the 3 further country restrictions. It was administrative error correction. I don't know if it was an error. They should have been part of the original. Oh, see that? They should have been part of the original 177 countries. Now, what they've gone ahead and said, he said, this was noticed and executed independently by Valve. While it doesn't look positive, it's not an indication of further restriction. The conversation of region restriction is still ongoing and independent of this. I have no further information. We, Arrowhead, still want the game to be available everywhere. Hope you have a great Saturday, and I'm sorry I don't have better update. And that is the problem, guys. Arrowhead is just a developer. They are not Sony. They are not the ones that are going to be putting, let's just put it like this, their face up front and try to take all the risks. It's all the risk is coming from Sony. So like I mentioned, those sales on those 180 countries will still be restricted from being purchasing any future PSN games that have to do in regards to linking your account. And as you guys are seeing here at a PlayStation website, which is the PSN terms of service, it says account linking. If a third party publish a product or further purchase, may you need to associate or link an account of PSN account with a third party to use product. The product may become linked to a third party account as well as purchasing an account. If you unlink the third party account from your account for PSN, or if your third party account is closed or deleted, you may lose access to the product. So that is a big thing here. Now, it says pretty much if you are going to purchase a PSN game and you are one of those 66 countries that have the availability to link your account. So if in the future you have purchased a game from Steam that is linked with PlayStation and you unlink your PlayStation PC players, that means you will lose access to that PlayStation game that you purchased. So that is why Sony is very pushing forward, because one single thing, it's called single sign-on. Well, you know, guys may or may not know what a single sign-on is. What this does is it pretty much gives you one ID. With that ID, any company, it could be small, large, Google does it, Microsoft does it, Sony's doing it. Just think about any big company. They all do it. Whenever you log in to a website and you get the feature of, oh, do you want to sign in with your Google account? Do you want to sign in with your PlayStation account? Do you want to sign in with your Microsoft account? That is called a single sign-on. What a single sign-on allows for a company is to be able to control your data wherever it's going to be. That reduces the risk of hacking. That reduces the risk of any data being breached. It doesn't cut it 100%, but it does reduce it. And this is why PlayStation is very adamant, because they do not want to go back to 2011 where they lost $178 billion in profit. And on top of this, they had that class action lawsuit for 15 million. So overall, what? That's over $200 million in 2011 that they lost. Now imagine if this happens every year. Sony will break as a company and will no longer be able in existence if this keeps going. So this is some measurements that they're doing under it. Now it's all up to you. Is your money, is your game. You purchase it, you make your own choice. I'm just here bringing you guys what is going on, and maybe, probably, this is the reason why they don't wanna. They're actually refunding, and as you see from here from Steam, the game is being refunded, and that is Ghost of Tsushima. It says you are receiving a refund for a game pre-purchase, Ghost of Tsushima. The publisher for this game is now requiring a secondary account to play portions of this game, and this account cannot create from your country. Cheers, the Steam team. Now, this is not a Steam issue. Steam is able to publish, is able to output, and you're able to play the game if you have Steam. The thing here is that PSN, PlayStation, is not allowing it because Ghost of Tsushima has a small portion where you're going to be engaging in multiplayer. So that means that you have to link based on their policies your Steam account with your PlayStation account, because you will be accessing, yes, PSN servers. So that is why they are very adamant about you as a consumer to be able to do that. If you're not able to do that, they pretty much don't want your money. They are refunding whoever has purchased Ghost of Tsushima and it's not from those 66 countries, then they give you your money back. So there you go, guys. I hope this video is very informative, because this whole Sony debacle, what they're trying to do, doesn't really make any sense, right? But I guess it makes sense from the Sony point of view, because if they don't want to lose money, they don't want to lose money. But anyways, so as gamers, we want to play the game, but at the end of the story is your own decision, your own money. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next video.